Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss a peptide bond. What is peptide bond? How does it form? We will discuss it. So first thing is peptide words comes from Greek language, which English meaning is digested. Peptide is a Greek word which English meaning is digested. And in short we can say peptide is a short polymer of amino acids. Peptide is a short polymer of amino acids. So peptide bond is formed between amino acids and we require alpha amino acids to make a peptide bond. So what is alpha amino acid? Alpha amino acids means the alpha carbon containing amine group as well as acidic group. That organic compound is called alpha amino acid. So in alpha amino acids there are two functional group. One is carboxylic acid and second is amine group. So the basic structure of alpha amino acid is this is our alpha carbon. We attached carboxylic acid group and on other side we attached amine group. We attach one hydrogen and this is any R group. R can be any alkyl group. So this is a basic structure of alpha amino acids. So peptide bond is formed by the condensation of amino acids. Condensation here means addition with the elimination of a byproduct. So here we have first amino acid and we draw the second amino acid. Here R dash can be different. So this is our second amino acid. So they both will condensed means there is a dehydration process, removal of water. Hydrogen comes from amine group and this carboxylic acid can be written as COH. So peptide bond is formed by the condensation of two amino acids with the elimination of water molecule. H comes from amine group and hydroxyl group comes from acidic group, acidic part. So removal of water takes place minus H2O. So both these structure will combine, means two amino acids will combine to form a peptide bond. So we will get so now there is a new bond formation between carbon and nitrogen. This is our peptide bond. So we can represent peptide bond as this is COONH, that is the peptide bond formed by the condensation of two amino acids. If we have n number of amino acids, we can represent the general formula for n number of amino acids. Here this OH part will remove, free valency there, and hydrogen is removed, free valency is there. N can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, greater than 100. On the basis of number of amino acids, different types of peptide will form. So this is our long polypeptide chain. This is our polypeptide chain, and that leads to the formation of proteins. Proteins are stabilized by peptide bond, right? So on the basis of a number of amino acids, there are different types of peptides. First is dipeptide if there are two amino acids. Next is tripeptide if there are three amino acids. Next is tetrapeptide, that is four amino acids. If four amino acids are linked together, that structure formed is called tetrapeptide. Next is oligopeptide. If there are less than 10 amino acids. If there are less than 10 amino acids, then the peptide formed is called oligopeptide. Next is polypeptide. When 10 to 100 amino acids are linked. If a number of amino acids are in between 10 to 100, then peptide formed is called a polypeptide. And if there are greater than 100, then we will obtain a macropeptide. Macro stands for a large. Greater than 100. So on the basis of a number of amino acids, different peptides are formed. Actually, peptide is a strong bond because of a resonance. This is the basic format of a peptide. There is a resonance between double bond, single, and a lone pair. Lone pair will move towards double bond. So it shows resonance that results into extra stability, and that's why peptide bonds stabilize the protein chains. Proteins are not easily dissociated. They require strong acid or strong base or different enzymes. Enzymes can cleave the peptide bond. So that's it for a peptide bond. I hope you would understand it. Thanks for watching.